Okay, Mom. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
Happy Wednesday.
Do we look different? 4K, baby.
Looking a little...
4K.
I know, but then I feel like I didn't cover up my dark circles enough.
Not even. Have you seen mine?
Because I have had a very exhausting week, so let's just take it easy on our Rouge, okay?
Yeah, let's take it easy on her.
All right. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Y'all subscribe. The 4K is coming. You know what I mean? The numbers go up, then we get better equipment. We're ready to go. We look nice. Yeah. Good t-shirts. You know what I mean? All that. If you have not already, you know that we are on patreon.com/OkMom podcast. Follow us there because we started a new style of recording over there. It's fun.
And we're also doing a lot of like storytelling.
Yes. A lot of going places and eating things and trying out some things that you guys might not be able to listen to on YouTube. So head on over to Patreon. It's $5 a month. Not even $5 a week or a day. It's $5 a month.
And if they're in the US, it's like $2.
It's $2.50, y'all. Let's go. Okay. And make sure that you are following us on our socials and give us those 5 stars on Apple Podcast and Spotify.
Yes.
Welcome to the episode.
Welcome.
Hannah, how are you doing, man?
I'm good. I'm good. But you know what? I'm excited for the weekend coming up and I needed a break from my life.
God, me too.
Yeah.
I'm so tired.
I'm tired.
I'm exhausted. For those of you who are wondering, this is my orange shirt that I wear for Orange Shirt Day.
Absolutely.
Also, this is by an actual Indigenous artist. So y'all check it out, man.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, she designed it. She had a collab with Aritzia. Yeah, it was a big deal.
I didn't know about this.
Yeah. So
That's
she brought it out. Aritzia had it. And I think they sold out really quickly, but I ended up getting my hands on it. So I was really excited.
Good stuff. I love it.
You guys, Hina's changing my life. As usual. As always. You know, we always go to Hina for all the beauty tips. Okay? So this might be a little bit TMI for if the men are listening, but listen, it is what it is. It's the reality, okay? So you know how in our culture, in our religion, we are taught to groom ourselves?
Groom, baby,
okay?
groom.
So I'm not a huge shaver. Like I don't like to shave.
Yeah.
It irritates my skin a lot because I have sensitive skin.
Yeah.
And it dries my skin out a lot. And then I just hate when the hair just gets back so like prickly and rough.
Straight up.
Like Dottie just you know what I mean? Oh. So anyways, Hina was like, Aruj, I'm about to change your life right now. And I was like, yeah. She's like, you need to go to Brampton Laser Clinic.
I'm telling you, girl.
And I was like, where's it? First of all, Brampton, ding, ding, ding. I'm there because it's in my hometown. All right. So I was like, what's this all about? So I've heard of laser.
Yeah.
But I have never gotten it done. Okay. I always do waxing.
Yeah.
I love waxing. I know it's painful, but it's just my go-to. And I'm like, okay, if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to get it done.
Yeah, straight up.
Okay.
Straight up.
Hina introduced me to Brampton Laser Clinic.
I did.
And I went. First of all, super clean. It's its own unit.
I told you.
It's fine. Like,
amazing.
You know, like those things make a difference. And I walk in and Neetu, she's a real one. Yo, what's
She's
up,
so
Neetu?
nice.
She's so nice. And you know, I was nervous originally because I was like, I know I've never done this before. It's gonna hurt. And like, mind you, I've been waxing my whole life. So I knew it wasn't gonna hurt that much, but still, like I'm nervous, okay?
Naturally.
And I walked in and I didn't even flinch.
Girl, I'm telling you, like, it's the best thing you can do.
Yeah. I just sat there and then Nico's like, okay, you're like really not flinching. And I was like, I don't feel anything. It just feels like it's like there's something just going around your arm. Like
it's not okay. There's certain spots where you're like, oh, like that. Like it's like a very quick pinch.
Yeah.
But like majority of it is like pain-free. Like
my upper lip, I was like a little bit.
Yeah. Me too. Upper lip is always a little bit like, and like this area here.
I don't even think I needed to do this.
Like this area and then a little bit on the upper lip.
Yeah.
That's like the sensitive part. But like everywhere else is like smooth sailing.
Yeah. And I was talking about it with a couple of other friends because I was telling them, I was like, guys, like, I'm starting laser. I'm so excited. And they were like, it's going to change your life.
Yo, it changes your life, guys.
And
it's life-changing.
I have a really she's a more religious friend.
Yeah.
Like wears hijab and stuff. And she's also just a modest individual. And she looked over at me and was like, girl, you never gotten this done before. Like, what are you doing?
God.
What are you doing? And she has daughters and she's like, I'm actually like already going to plan like when I'm going to take them. She's like, it's just
my God, guys, you know what? As Desi girls, you know we got a problem, okay?
Yo, the coarse hair.
It's a good and a bad. It's great for the head. I didn't get that gene.
I didn't get that gene either.
Oh well.
I want to take some of it off of my legs and put it on my head.
You know, like I swear to God. But she does such a good job.
She did an amazing job. So you guys, please go and change your life, and be on this journey with me. Let's change our lives together.
I'm not joking. I don't like promoting like randoms, but like honest to God, I've been going to her for a few years now. Like on and off because I had kids and stuff like that. Like hormones and everything changes. But it has been the best money I spent.
So this is my
Truly.
thing, because I feel like I spent so much money throughout the last over a decade or so on waxing because it's expensive.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just really lucky that the wax lady that I go to, she never really changed her prices for me because I've been an OG since like basically high school. However, I was like, if I had taken all that money and just invested in laser, then I wouldn't be
what I'm
spending any of it.
saying.
Not to say, and I know that it's not 100% solution, but I would just be needing to go once a year
Girl,
or
but it's
something.
literally like an 85,
Yeah,
90% solution.
98.
Because like when I started going, I was like, okay, well, yeah, it takes like a few sessions. And then, guys, I cannot recommend it enough.
And guys, I'm not even
I
saying
cannot
this because like,
recommend it
oh, I want to be like a nungu. Like, I don't want to do that.
No, but it's like
you know,
cleanliness, like you feel good.
yes, but also, you know, sometimes even shalwar kameez, like I have really long legs. So
Yeah.
sometimes even if I get pajama, guys, like they hitch up. It's just a long leg
Yeah.
problem. Tulip pants, sometimes they're at my knees. Let's be
Straight.
real, okay? Because my legs are so long. It's a huge problem.
Tulip capris.
Yo, for real. You know, and I can't, like, I'm trying to pull them down when I, just can't help it. So,
I
like,
know.
this is such a blessing because now I don't have to worry about having to quickly make sure that I'm waxed before I can wear an outfit. Like, the hair's gone, yo.
It's actually amazing. I hope you guys go and check it out. Brampton Laser, it's on Airport. We're going to link everything below so you guys can go and make sure you tell Neetu we sent you. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And
Be
give
like,
her a
we're
follow.
on this journey with Aruj.
Yeah, give her a follow because her account got hacked. So make sure you guys give her
Oh my
a
God,
follow.
that also, okay, people who are
That triggers me so
hacking
much.
accounts, y'all go get a job.
Get something better to do in your life. My goodness.
What was our question of the week?
Okay, guys, we're going to
getting
jump
right
into it. We're going to jump into it because we had so many responses. And I think with this one specifically, a lot of people have been asking us to do this episode over and over again. So we're going to get into it. Share your wildest ex, broken engagement, or crazy dishta stories.
All right.
I have one for you guys.
Go.
I was young, still figuring things out. Didn't want to have a relationship, but then I met him very casually and I fell in love with him. We've been together for 1 year and a half until I discovered he got married with someone else. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. They had been together for 7 years. It's been 2 years since that day. He is a father now. While he is living his life, I'm here alone and I can't see myself with anyone else. It's been tough. I'm happy now, but sometimes I still ask myself why he did that to me. Girl.
इन मर्दों को वैसे क्या
मुसीबत है? Like, what's wrong with you guys?
मुसीबत क्या है?
How do you
my
do that to
gosh.
somebody, man? Like, how do you do that?
Oh my God, she was so in love with him.
And it's just like 7 years he's been with the other girl.
So she was the other woman.
I guess
Like, in
but
his
she
life.
didn't even know.
I know. She didn't know.
She didn't know. He's with another girl for 7 years. That's like 7 years is like a lifetime. In a relationship, that is considered a lifetime.
Oh my
okay?
gosh.
People
Everybody
don't
knows about her.
Yeah, clear. But then if everybody knew, then you were with him for a year and a half. So like, did he introduce you to anybody? You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
He must have. A year and a half is a long time. Right?
That's a
So then are his friends in on it?
or does he not have friends? People like that sometimes just don't even have that kind of a social life.
That's just so.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes they'll just be like, sometimes there are traces and patterns in behaviors that I've noticed in individuals who, when they do these kinds of things, they actually don't really have a big social circle, or their friends are long distance, or their family is kind of around, but they don't really hang out that much. So that person tends to be alone a lot.
Maybe, but I also feel like guys, they thrive off of knowing that they can do something like that.
Yeah, they do for sure. I'm not
So it's
saying
like
yes.
they'll talk to their boys about it and be like, yeah, like I'm dating this girl and I'm dating this girl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the betrayal, how do you ever trust someone again?
How did you find out that he got married?
my
Oh my gosh, that must have been such a heartbreak.
And you find out that he was with her for 7 years. So all the things that he's saying to you.
He has said it to her multiple times for a longer period of time.
And like,
And then he chose her. So then why were you wasting your time with me?
and then he's like sharing his pictures of like his marriage and his kids online. Obviously, that's how you found out, right? I'm assuming.
I'm going to assume, yeah, you found out online.
And then you're sitting there and you're just like, yo, imagine he just one day is just like, I don't want to be with you. You've been together for so long. Everything was fine. Okay. One day he's just like, I don't want to be with you. And then literally like the next week, you're like, oh my God, it's because of this. You find out.
Yeah, it's because he was getting married.
Had any proper closure because you guys were like good, solid. She's probably like, I'm gonna marry this man.
Oh my God.
She's saying she didn't even want to get into a relationship.
I know, and then she casually bumped into him.
No, she didn't bump into him, did she?
I think she said she casually met him when she wasn't even looking.
She said she casually, yes. She met him when she wasn't even looking. And now it's like, I'm happy, but like, I don't know if I'll ever find that type of love.
You know what? We wish that you will.
You will.
Put it out there.
And
because that's a heartbreak that it's so difficult, but at the end of the day, it shows his true colors because he's that way. And I'm so happy. I know that this is not maybe the greatest way to look at it, but I'm so happy that you didn't end up with somebody like that. Because what if he was leading that double life and you had no idea?
For ages.
He did it for 7 years with her and then with you for a year and a half. Do you think she knows?
I have no idea. Oh
my gosh. What if she doesn't know?
But what if she does know?
And she still, well, they have a kid now. She's gonna stay.
Girl.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
This whole concept of women staying, even though they know that their men are cheating, just because you have kids or you stay for the sake of realizing that maybe you might not have family support immediately.
Preach.
We need to stop doing this. We need to stop because there's no guarantee that you staying in that relationship is going to make him change his behavior. One, there's no guarantee that kids are going to make him change that behavior. Two, there's also no guarantee that you are not going to get the support that you think you're not going to get from your family. Don't underestimate your family. Maybe initially they'll be like, "Hamare khandan mein hum nahi chhodte rishte." Divorce is not mentioned in our home.
Or like, ladke aise nahi karte hain.
Ladke aise hi karte hain. You know, and then you're kind of like, hey, did my parents go through this? Do they know people who went through this? You also start questioning your childhood.
For sure.
But I am saying that maybe that's the initial response that you will get from your parents when you want to talk about, I want to leave him because he's cheating on me.
Yeah.
But if you keep bringing it up and you keep telling them that I can't be in this relationship anymore, I don't trust him, I don't know what he's doing outside of this home, there's got to be you're going to reach a breaking point. And you don't want it to be that you've been with him for way too long before you come to that realization. You don't want to add more kids in the mix. You don't want your kids to ever find out. And then look at you and say, Mom, did you know? Because I just saw Dad in the plaza with so-and-so. And I'm telling you, it's a small world and these things will happen.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
So girl, it's a small world.
It's such a small world. It's not even that. You know what it is? It's because and I understand from the girl's perspective too, it's not easy to leave when you have kids. I think if you know that this man can change in the sense of not just in your mind, but he loves me and he can change. He is genuinely making the effort to change. He is in therapy. Okay. He has made leaps and bounds with trying to change. That is a different story. And you want to work on it. That's on you. Okay. But it is so hard for people to change, guys.
Honestly.
It's so hard. And I think if he's doing that to you once and you're choosing to stay in that, then he knows that you will accept the disrespect. You have to respect yourself way more to be like, is this all I deserve? And I think it comes from a place where a lot of women think, now I have kids. How am I going to do it on my own? But at the end of the day, it's do you understand who you are as a woman? Guys, do you I'm not trying to be woman power, but realistically, we are way more emotionally mature than men. We can do so many things. We're capable of so much. We have to give ourselves a little bit of credit that maybe our parents did not allow us to think that we had. Okay. True. Maybe we didn't get that credit. We didn't have the self-esteem. We didn't have the confidence. You have to believe in yourself way more than to think that, oh yeah, I deserve sloppy seconds. Abso-freaking-lutely, you do not.
Oh my gosh.
I think just as hurtful as the situation is at the end of the day, glad that you said I'm happy, but I still think that, you know what? It takes time to heal from something like this. Don't give up on men in general. There are a lot of really great men out there.
There are
people that would never even think of doing things like that. And don't think that he's happy, because at the end of the day, you see what you see and what you want to believe. But realistically, you don't know the ins and outs of his life. And you better believe karma is going to bite him in his butt. So
You want to know a crazy story?
What?
When I was younger, I was in middle school and my brothers were in like primary school at the time, right? And I was at the plaza and we were in line at Tim Hortons. And I might have been in high school at the time. Anyways, one of his teachers, male teachers, was in line in front of me, and I know him. I didn't have him as a teacher, but I know him as a staff member in the school. And he was with another teacher at the school, and they were very handsy. Oh, very handsy. Okay,
Sultan knows all.
yeah. So then I went to my brother and I was like, "Oh, are they married?" And he's like, "No. They're just really good friends. They just hang out all the time. They're so innocent. Kids don't know, right?" And I was like,
nah, they ain't friends. They're a little more.
I was just shook. And in that moment, I remember standing there and the reality hit of like witnessing somebody cheating on somebody, because my brother said that they're both married to like other people.
But do you think it was cheating?
They were cheating, girl. They were, okay, when I say they were handsy, I mean like fully handsy. Handsy. Mouth to mouth. You know what I mean?
Hand to hand, mouth to mouth. No. Okay,
So
but that's my thing, right? Like, it's rough out there, guys. It's rough. Honestly, it's so hard. These situations are so hard. They happen way too often, but like respect yourself first. First and foremost, you respect yourself because you think, oh, what are my kids? If you don't put yourself first, respect yourself first, your kids will learn that they shouldn't respect themselves either.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I want to tell you guys. See this narrative that the Desi society has that like, oh no, stay for the kids. In certain situations, I always think try your best to keep things working if it's not something wild and out of control, like abuse or like this type of situation. Try your best, right? We all have ups and downs in relationships, but at the end of the day, like, you know, when you've given it your all, right? Have courage and have faith in yourself to know that this is not healthy for me. And has to be some changes that need to be made.
share your wildest ex broken engagement crazy rishta story. When we were married, he constantly didn't treat me right. I told him that I wanted to be treated with at least basic human decency and respect. His response was always, "It's too much effort or you're not worth it. You're not even that pretty and I treat you like that." Mind you, we fell in love and got married, and this was a month after our wedding. A few months later, ironically, he wanted me to treat him like God's gift to the universe. Safe to say, we didn't even last until our 1.5 year anniversary. We're divorced and I'm honestly so happy now.
What a waste, man. Straight. He's a waste. Yo, any guy that says things like that to you,
You're not even that pretty? You don't deserve it?
but okay, I don't mean to be harsh when I say this, but like, guys, there's always signs. Okay, even when you're dating, man, you're in the loop of love, but like, there's always signs.
There's always some sort of red flag.
And kuch to hota hai. Like,
I
let's
just
say
feel
it for
like
what it
we
is.
are so guilty of ignoring them.
We're also like, so like, oh my God, finally I found somebody. Finally.
Yeah. I shouldn't have so much nakhre. Chalo koi nahi.
Yeah, at least he loves me.
Yeah, or at least he's giving me the effort or
attention.
allowing me to study. Let's say, for example, he's allowing me to study. I've been with a few guys and they never wanted me to pursue further education.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's also treating you like trash.
Oh man, no one deserves
But
that.
I feel like, and I'm gonna say it, this gets worse with age.
For sure.
Because the older you get, the more you're like, okay, but let's leave it. And you ignore all the red flags and you ignore all the signs because it's like, oh, I'm racing against the clock. I have to be able to get somebody before time is really run out. And now I'm really sitting there thinking I'm never going to find someone. So let me just ignore the fact that he treats me like trash. Let me ignore the fact that he doesn't even treat me with human decency, or he says that I'm not even pretty enough to be worth a compliment.
That's what got me. Because
It was a love marriage between the two of them. They dated.
that is just the meanest thing to say.
Why did you marry her? Why did you marry her?
Why did you even get involved, bro? Like, just back off.
Gosh.
This is the stuff that triggers me, because it's just like, and honestly, this is not even, girls can say this stuff to guys too. Don't get me wrong. It can go both ways. At the end of the day, if you know you're feeling some type of way, if you have an ick with somebody or whatever is going on in your brain, you need to cut that. Like, either you don't get married to that person and you sort your stuff out, or like figure it out in some way, because that is horrible.
There's funny icks, like
Yeah.
his earlobes are weird.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't compliment me because he says I'm not even that pretty. there's a difference.
And girl, with girls, if your husband says that to you, how is it going to affect your self-esteem, guys? Like, realistically, this is the man you're about to have. You're going to have kids with this man, okay? Gosh. You are married to him. He is your forever partner. And he's telling you you're not even pretty and you're not even worth a compliment.
I would be so sad in that
what would you do? What would you do if somebody says that to you and you're married to this person and they say that to you? What do you do?
Okay, how deep are we in this relationship?
Like, you're a year in. You're like less than a year. It's just like her. It's not your 1 year anniversary yet.
If it's constant and if I feel like this is not going to change, I'd have to do a hard evaluation on that relationship. And I'd be like, am I going to spend the rest of my life with a man who doesn't even love me? Or am I going to spend the rest of my life with a man who literally looks at me and says, you're not pretty? I would be so heartbroken. I don't think guys understand stuff like this, but like we are so vulnerable. And when we get into relationships, we're not getting into relationships to find the next relationship. We're getting into relationships so that the person that I'm with looks over at me and it's like, oh, she's literally like godsend and she saved my life.
She's the love of my life.
She's the love of my life.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Did you watch Ransom Canyon yet?
No, I didn't. But Josh Duhamel is in it, right?
Yeah.
And it's ever since your brother said Ransom Canyon, it's everywhere on my social media now.
So our phones listen to us all the time. But I started Ransom Canyon. I'm in like episode 3 or 4 or something. And I don't know the character names. I need to have like a pull up of like all the. I just know,
the show, but you don't know the character
I just
names.
know like, okay, so there's the friend who runs the bar, okay, and there's this guy who just like randomly came into town and he's helping one of the elder people out with his ranch, okay? Yeah. And he's like a real sus character. He's clearly hiding a lot of things, okay? But whatever. They have this cute like banter going on. They clearly are into each other, whatever. And then they were talking about something, and then he looks over and he's like, yeah, men will continue their toxic behaviors until they finally find a woman that they want to change for. And then he locks eyes with the girl. And I looked at that scene and I was like, oh.
It's that girl? That's accurate though, don't you think?
Yeah.
But can I tell you something? Look, if you are the soft girl, straight, like if you're the girl that's like, oh, well, you know what? He said that to me. It's okay. Like he just said it as a joke. And you know what? Like, it's fine. It's okay. Like he was having an off day. He said it. It's okay. I told him that it was wrong and he's having an off day, but I'm going to cook him a meal and he'll be happy again. Guys, do not, please.
He's not gonna think you're prettier because you cooked him a meal.
Do you know what I think that men understand more is when you don't give them the attention because they don't deserve the attention when you're disrespected. Like straight up, let's not be the women that are constantly like, oh, but I need a man so bad. I need a man so bad. Like I know in our culture, there's this like rush to get married. I get it. I understand it. We have a biological clock, but like don't compromise your self-respect for someone who is going to literally treat you like garbage. It's not worth it. Wait a little longer if you have to, but at least be with the right person who's going to respect you. This isn't even in dating. This isn't like rishta. This is in all types of relationships, arranged marriages, doesn't matter. Respect yourself enough. When you see a red flag, call it out. Respect yourself enough to say something and stand firm on it.
And real talk, we all deserve that kind of relationship.
Straight up.
Don't ever think you don't deserve that.
Yeah.
Or that you're just going to compromise, or I'm not going to find anybody else, so I'm just going to take this Joe Schmo for what he is.
Joe flipping Schmo, man.
Joe freaking Schmo.
I can't handle the Joe Schmoes.
Bilal. I don't know how to say it. We need our twist on it.
Way of it. Was dating this one guy from Pakistan. I was in Canada for 2 months on and off. I had just started my university away from home and had landed 2 part-time jobs while studying full-time. One day, him and I were talking when he said to me, get me the latest version of the iPhone and send it to me now that you have 2 jobs. I laughed, thinking he was joking. He literally said to me, "Has kyun rahi ho, mazak nahi kar raha. Tumhari 2 jobs hain ab aur tum meri girlfriend ho. Itna to main deserve karta hi hu after all." I confirmed again if he was joking because what the hell, bro? But nope, he was dead serious. Needless to say, I broke up with him immediately after that because no thank you. Couple of months after that, he slid into my DMs again via a fake account because I had posted some professional pictures and he thought I started modeling now. Major Lalu Balu, okay? If you could send a picture, I would post it right here, okay? And it would be like biggest lalu-palu. Like,
you know what you should have done is bought the iPhone for yourself and then FaceTimed him on it and be like, oh, you like the quality of my phone? It's because I bought it. Peace.
I can't believe the audacity, girl. I can't believe.
Am I talking about this right now?
Yeah, yes, you are. Yes, you are.
You guys, what is this obsession with people back home where they need the latest technology from us here? Okay, this is a shared experience. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I don't understand it.
Okay, why
weird.
is it that every time anybody has to go back to Pakistan, पहले खानदान में फोन मिलाते हैं और वो कहते हैं हाँ वो जो नया आईफोन है, नया सैमसंग, नया गूगल फोन, नया this, नया that. Bro, it's a $2,000 phone.
Yeah.
You want me to buy it so that you? Why can't we just? Why do I have to bring the tech from here?
That's why I gotta bring you anything. Okay? I'll bring you stuff as a gift, but like don't ask me to bring you a $2,000 phone. Okay? I'm not even bringing myself a $2,000 phone.
Because
why would I get it for you?
मेरे पास नहीं है newest iPhone. The fact that they think we're just the minute iPhones are released, everybody's in line, and
like,
we're the people in line. We're not in line.
Or like we own Apple? Like we don't. We don't.
Okay. And I don't even know if the technology is gonna work over there.
Straight.
And then they're all like hacking all these phones back home and like doing some next stuff. And I'm just like, guys, I don't want to be associated with any of this stuff.
Oh
Stop
my God.
calling me for the latest iPhone. I'm not
This
gonna bring it
guy-
back home.
This is the same
I'm
type
so sorry,
of
but
guy.
this is such a typical Pakistani response. I'm so sorry, girl.
No,
but this is
I have
such a
to say, I've
typical
heard this.
Pakistani response.
I've heard this.
I have gone through it myself where they hear get dictate book ho gayi hai, and the first thing they ask for is the brand new iPhone.
Ya Allah.
और मेरे पास भी नहीं है, मैं किसी और को क्यों लेके दूं?
Oh my God. You should get him one of those floor models that they have. Like, here you go.
Here you go.
What you want?
That's what you wanted.
Oh my God. But this is the same type of guy that would be like, I need you to pay for everything. I need you to pay for the bills. I need you to pay for the kids. I need you to pay for my kapde. I need you to buy me my kachiyan. Like, this is that guy. You want this?
I also need you to do the laundry and make me fresh roti every day and mow the lawn and put the garbage bins outside because I don't want to do that. Oh, and then we need to have 4 kids and you're going to birth them, but I'm not going to change a diaper. This is that guy.
And this is the guy that when you go to his mom's going to be like, so you should be doing that because you're from Canada. Okay. Y'all do better.
Okay. But at the same time, these are the same moms that are like Canadian ladki वैसे बहुत modern है. Modern.
I can't.
Like, fam, okay.
Modern.
Okay. You guys,
Straight.
my hot take. Hot
Straight.
take coming straight
Say
from
it.
Aruj, okay?
I love
Straight off
these.
the chullah. Let me tell you right now, okay? The fact that people think that anybody who lives abroad is more modern, okay? But in reality, we're actually not.
Yo, we're so basic.
We're
Are you
so
serious?
basic. Hum char haath aage nahi hai. We're not conniving. We don't do all the chugliyan and the backbiting and the, kisi aur ke dimag mein ek baat dalne ki. We're not guilty of doing that because we are too busy to invest in that kind of drama.
Do you understand the stressful life we live? There's tariffs now. Imagine we freaking sent you an iPhone. We would literally lose our house.
Seriously.
Like, what in the world?
We may be modern because we need a job, but we need the job to survive.
Maybe they think we're modern because we live in a Western country and we're just...
Because we're wearing pant shirt.
Pant shirt, bush shirt. I don't know what to say about it. Yeah, this one is to all the people that think this way, you're wrong. Okay?
We're not this way.
Oh my
Just 'cause
God.
I'm wearing a t-shirt, all of a sudden I'm modern?
But I have to say, like, as much as I despise his comment, A for effort. If we talk about shooting his shot, he shot that shot from I don't know where.
Like,
okay?
girl and the phone?
And the fact that she's laughing at it, he's like, "मैं मजाक नहीं कर रहा." I would be
मैं
like,
बहुत serious हूँ इस वक्त. भेज रही हो या नहीं?
the way I would cuss him out, you guys don't even know. And then the audacity to DM you after.
From a fake account?
Guys, what type of confidence
Because
is
he
this?
thought you were modeling.
Guys,
Oh,
this confidence level.
bro.
If we had this confidence, we would have been so successful. We would have been Jeff Bezos. We would have been on the moon. Like, wow. Okay? No. Tell him to put the effort into like
no scrub.
straight. And
Yo,
he's a scrub.
he a scrub.
He is a scrub. Okay?
You big.
Oh Lord. That's like delicious. I cannot. What a gross man.
I was dating my ex for a couple of months. He was traveling to India with his sister to attend a wedding. We didn't talk much while he was traveling, but that wasn't a big deal to me because it was a short trip. When he landed back in Australia, he broke up with me on the same day. I asked if he met someone while traveling and he said no. 4 months later, I saw that he got engaged and this girl was in his Insta stories. Why are you lying?
Why you lying?
Why you lying? Why are you lying? Just be like, yo, it's not gonna work out. I found somebody else. I have to get married. Done deal. झूठ बोलने की क्या है?
Yeah, because he was just like, oh shoot, now I'm gonna hurt someone else's feeling. But you, okay, this is what triggers me. You knew what was gonna happen. You knew. Why are you pretending like you didn't know? You fully knew. He knew, girl. He flipping knew. Okay. Oh my god.
And also, if you thought you were gonna hurt my feelings, what did you think I was gonna feel when I saw it on your Insta stories?
Straight up.
This is the logic that I don't understand.
Could you have at least blocked me?
Yeah.
Well,
how do I have access to view your engagement photos?
Oh my god.
No?
Okay, but see, okay, this is what I mean when I say this is why girls have trust issues. Straight up. This is why we can't show up as our best selves, because people pull stuff like this. And then the guys are like, oh, the girls have too many nakhre. And it's like, are you kidding me? Do you see the trauma we're having to live through?
Facts.
Do you understand what we have to work out first before we even jump into a relationship?
Also, I am gonna have nakhre.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What? I don't deserve to have nakhre?
You know what? A little nakhre
guys
is
can
good.
Have, guys can have this massive list of what they want in a girl. Guys can feel like they can go to a person and say, you're not pretty enough, so you don't deserve a compliment. But I can't have nakhre?
Say it louder, sis.
Okay, I got a really crazy story. You
Go.
ready?
Go,
Oh my
yeah.
God, yeah. Okay, give me a second, okay? My husband's ex-fiance went crazy over him and his girl cousin going for a hike in their state together for a day. Mind you, the cousin was his closest friend since relocating to the US and the only one that's close to his age. She couldn't stop suggesting that they were doing something wrong, and he gave her multiple chances to come back, but she kept insinuating more things. Regretted the second my husband turned cold because she thought she'd get her way, and he'd stop seeing his own family relatives for her. He broke it off. Never looked back. She called him on by accident one day because she got engaged to some other dude with the same name and apparently mixed up their numbers.
Oh my god. Why is his number still in your phone though?
Because she a crazy ex.
Okay, but yo, I also want to say something. A little off. Related. Okay. Let's say you're getting married to somebody. Fiance.
Okay.
Your fiance is going on fiance. Your fiance is going on a hike with his cousin. Him and her. Because we're Pakistani. You know where I'm headed? You know where I'm going?
Every single episode has to have this conversation.
Because we're Pakistani. All right. And the cousin relationships are a ting ting. Okay. So like, it's happening.
All right.
Is it wrong for her to be a little sus?
Okay. Being a little sus is not wrong. But the fact that he clarified multiple
मुझे
times.
तसल्ली तो दे दो please.
वो दे तो रहा था तसल्ली.
हाँ,
She
मगर
wouldn't.
वो कह रही है कि तुम उसके साथ अकेले hike पे क्यों जा रहे हो? Which I don't know what the relationship is like. But guys, some people don't have boundaries.
Okay. I get valid.
Right?
It's a valid point. Okay. We can see it from that person's perspective. But if, let's say, I felt like, yo, this meeting is sus.
Yeah.
They went on a hike. And in my mind, I was like, I don't know, were they meant to be together since he was born? Did they already tie the knot? What's going on? Like, I don't understand this family. Okay. Fine. Valid. However, if I confronted my fiance and I was like, hey, can you just tell me, because I am feeling this way, be honest about your feelings. And he said, no, listen, she's going through a breakup, or she got into some school and she doesn't know how to tell her parents, or whatever. If he gave me details, I would be okay with it. But the fact that she continuously kept going back in his face and kept insinuating that something happened when he was not doing anything wrong. And then she insisted that if we get married, you have to cut ties with your family members.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the jealousy can be real sometimes.
Yeah, the jealousy can be real,
And
girl.
if it's getting to the point where I'm asking somebody to stop talking to their family members, I need to take a good hard look at myself in the mirror.
I'm with that. I don't think anyone should be saying like, I need you to stop talking to your family, because it's just weird unless something has happened, right? I don't know. Like,
And then achanaki, randomly, I decided to find somebody with the exact same name.
ajeeb baat hai वैसे.
And then I randomly
It's
called him
ajeeb.
to let him know that I'm engaged.
Yeah, and like mixing up the names, that's so sus, girl. Come on, you're telling me you didn't look at the name and say Ahmed B and Ahmed R. Like, come on, don't
Okay, but
start with
also,
me.
why do you still have Ahmed B's number?
Straight
Y'all
up.
are
Why
together.
do you have Ahmed B's number on your
You're
phone?
engaged to Ahmed R now.
And if Ahmed R found out that you still had Ahmed B's number on the phone,
And that you called him?
girl,
Girl,
Let's not.
I hope you guys are happily married though.
Straight up. Yes, yes.
I was engaged to a guy who was an only child and whose parents really gave him everything. I was brought up to be independent and had been working hard for 5 years already. At some point, the guy started ghosting me, and then I found out that our engagement was off when his dad called mine. He told my dad, amongst other things, that his wife, the guy's mom, said that I wanted him to buy me a car and that I was too demanding. I was actively looking for a car, yes, at that time, but always made it clear that I was going to buy it myself. And I was budgeting towards it. When I asked the guy about it, he confirmed that he knew I was intending to pay for it myself. When I asked him why his mother thought the opposite, he was like, I don't think he ever clarified it with her, but that's the story. And this is how I was told that the engagement was off. Side note, it was so offensive to my dad that I was actually being self-sufficient, unlike the guy. I got the car a month later after this fiasco, and I made it a point to send him pictures of the car and that his father didn't buy.
Oh my God.
This was years ago, and now I'm happily married to an amazing guy.
Well, we're glad you're happily married. And honestly, okay, so like you're telling me this guy, you tell your mans, you say to him, hey, boyfriend or whatever, arranged marriage. What was it? Arranged?
It was arranged, yeah.
Okay, arranged marriage guy, rishta, okay? This is what I'm hearing from your mom. And his response is shrugs. Oh, I didn't even know. Not what? Let me go talk to my mom and correct this real quick.
Listen.
You're telling me you're that type of lafunga? Like, are you serious?
Mother ladla, man. मेरी मम्मी ने कहा
This is the only child syndrome.
मम्मी
This is the only child syndrome child. Okay, like,
Facts.
and not all the only children are like this, but this one clearly has an issue.
And also, why is he so intimidated by the fact that you're working and you're self-sufficient? Girl, go. You do your thing.
Everyone should be self-sufficient, guys. Let's
and like,
not.
if you don't have a man to back you up when you have all these goals and aspirations, like, what are we even doing?
I think that as a guy, he should have stuck up for you. He would, if he didn't stick up for you with something so small as this, just correcting a lie, he would never stick up for you in the future either.
You
Like,
know what? It's
too
this.
much.
It's this for me.
This shrugs. Hashtag shrugs. No,
No.
no. You
Step
saved
up.
yourself. You saved yourself from not being involved with somebody like that. On her engagement, my friend was swapped with her sister because the boy said he liked her more. Idiot. No flipping way. Is this real? Is this real?
You guys, this only happens in Bollywood movies. This did not happen in real life.
I cannot even handle this. This is so out of control, girl.
This is true vatta satta yo. क्या हो रहा है इधर?
That's how I'm feeling, girl. There's no words.
You swapped me out for my sister?
But like you were sitting there with your engagement dress and
Because
she's
Jawal Insan likes her better?
Chaval insan, okay? Chaval, okay?
Okay, badtameezi ki bhi had hoti hai. Guys,
Okay,
I
but-
am not even digesting this.
Okay, can I say, as a sister, why would you do your sister dirty like that? That's what I want to know. Like, why would you be like, okay, yeah, I'll get engaged to him on the engagement?
Oh my God, are you okay?
Yo, what type of capital B
Are they
betrayal?
still together? Did the rishta happen? Did the shadi happen?
I guess she sat down. She said, move it
Said
over.
Kabool hai.
Kabul,
Angooti
Kabul.
laga do. Aruj. I can't.
You guys, are you serious?
Yo, this
like,
is real Dil Wale Dulhaniya Le
I don't know
Jayenge.
what this is, but this is
took the real Dulhaniya.
out of control.
Yeah, there's a movie or a drama like this.
How do guys have audacity like this to be like, not her? How do men have audacity
You guys,
like
this
that?
is why we sit here, and I know we try not to be man haters, but then when stories come like this, hum kya kare?
Because the girl didn't do that to you. She
No.
didn't say not this guy, the other one.
The brother.
Actually, we didn't have a story.
The girl did. But she did it at Tameez se. She did it after the first rishta.
I guess it's happening in both directions.
She did it on the day of the engagement, and then they had to swap the brother.
That's true. That's true. She did it in a more respectful way. I'll give her that. Oh my God.
Imagine here that you were sitting there and it's supposed to be your engagement. I would be so sad.
Okay, so if I was sitting there and that happened, right? That's one thing is like, of course you're sad because like, of course you're getting engaged to this person. You've had talks with this person.
You
Okay,
like this person? You said yes.
straight up. That's not even the part that hurts me. The part that hurts me is that my sister's just like, yeah, I'm gonna come take your seat now. That's the part that I would be like,
okay, but then
and
are you
what?
and
Like,
are
that's
you
the part of
expected
it.
to be just like
Then you're starting like,
Mubarak ho, Mubarak
Shadi
ho.
Mubad. Like, are you serious? In the middle of a
शैतान का साया है.
because what the heck?
You guys, I'm still
I
stuck on
blame
it.
the guy. I'm sorry. I blame the guy, but I
is
blame the
such a-
sister too.
I know, but the guy is such a chaval.
The guy is such a trouble. And where did he get the courage from? I'm sorry. I don't want to bring
From
up
the
mom.
iPhone guy.
I don't
उसका
wanna
भाई होगा. उसका भाई होगा iPhone.
I don't want to bring up his mom, but obviously his mom let it happen. Because if the mom was a real one, she would have pulled the girl off and said, "No, you're marrying her."
No.
The mom let it
No.
happen. She did. I said what I said. I said what I said. Girl, I would never look at my sister the same again.
This is one of the-
immediately my family's done.
Yeah, no, I know.
My family's done. Like,
And also, I won't even go to her house. I wouldn't participate in anything that she has to do with this husband now. Like, ties are cut.
yeah, and then your parents are like, इस तरह नहीं करते, कोई बात
कोई नहीं,
नहीं,
तुम बड़ी बनो.
छोटी बातें होती रहती हैं, तुम बड़ी
तुम बड़ी बनो, कोई
मैंने
नहीं. ये
कभी
तुम्हारी
जिंदगी में बड़ी नहीं
हमारी
बनना.
इतनी
Like, no.
हमारी इतनी सी खानदान है.
Oh,
एक ही तो
stop
बहन है
this.
तुम्हारी.
एक ही तो बहन है तुम्हारी. I cannot with this stuff. If that was my one sister, why is she doing me like that then? Riddle me that, mom and dad. Riddle me that.
जो है कोई नहीं दिल छोटा नहीं करती.
You know, if you had parents,
Oh
the
my
right type of parents
Oh my
would pull
God.
you both out and be like, both deserve better than that.
Facts.
Let's not.
उसको अकेला, let him do the walk of shame out of the house. What do you
He needs
mean?
to do the walk of shame.
What do you mean you're just gonna swap?
And then be like, also, you want to hook me back up with all the money I spent on this engagement right now, real quick.
I cannot
Unreal.
believe. Oh my god.
And I would keep the ring too.
Facts, I would, and then I'd sell it and buy an iPhone,
And then gift it to the other.
and then get married happily ever after.
Oh my God.
Go.
Our neighbor broke an engagement with our family because the man had dark skin. He'd be ugly for her daughter.
They broke the engagement off with the son.
Wow.
That's so sad.
Yo, that's so sad. Are
my
y'all
God.
kidding me?
Colorism at its finest, man.
I hate that is something that I will always despise. It's, I want to say it's our community, but it's a worldwide thing. Let's just say it for what it is.
Guys,
it is.
racism is real and it has not
It's
gone away.
real. It's real. Let's just stop it, please. 2025. Let's be better. Let's do better.
But it's so hard. I just feel like it's not just ingrained in us through our culture. Like it's a high point of colonialism. That's how they won. Because they
for
kept telling you
sure.
the fairer you are, the better you are than everyone.
For sure. But like it's sad because it's like as Desi's, like we are not white people. We're never gonna be.
We're never gonna be.
Like we are all other skin tones.
I know, but
okay?
you know how hard it is to truly find happiness in your own skin? Because your whole life you've been told, not just by the culture, but by
Straight
society
up.
itself, that your skin color is going to affect how successful you can be in this life.
And it dictates your beauty.
100%.
Right. And it's like, yeah, there is definitely like a push to have like more equality when it comes to this stuff. But unfortunately in our community, that's still a standard because you still have like singers sing about like gori chitti, gora rang. And like, you're just like, so if my rang is not gora, then that means I'm not worthy
100%.
of like anyone.
Yeah.
And imagine what this does to a girl or a guy.
Yeah. Or if you have very fair skin, then your whole life you're literally like fed this weird thinking that you're better than everybody else.
Yeah.
And that you deserve a better person. So if you're very fair, quote unquote,
Yeah.
then you can't be sitting with somebody who has darker skin than you. Imagine as a kid being fed that.
Shameful. But that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people, a lot of moms, when I'm like reading these like mom things, they always say like when you talk to your girls, especially, don't compliment them by saying they're pretty. Compliment them with things that are more important.
Right.
You're intelligent. You're confident. You are a strong girl. And then the pretty can come later on. It should never be about your looks first and foremost, especially for girls, because that's how we've been raised.
Exactly.
Where it's like, you have to look a certain way. You have to groom yourself a certain way. You have to behave a certain way.
Yeah.
And then if someone has a daughter whose skin is not super fair, then it's like either, oh yeah, let's use some Fair and Lovely cream. Or it's like, oh, lighten your foundation 12 shades or whatever you're doing. And it's like, love yourself in the skin that you've been given because there's beauty in that as well.
Melanin is
Oh my
gorgeous,
God,
y'all.
for real.
And you're also supposed to be from a teacher's hat, also complement their talents. So that they know that they can hone on those when they're older. They know that they come with and are equipped with so much talent and can do whatever they put their mind to.
Straight up. I interviewed this corporate guy for 20 minutes back in university days as a project. 4 days later, he calls again to talk that he's interested and wants to send a rishta. Silly me told my mom, and he had my mom called by I don't know who and finalizing rishta meetup. And all. In between, his birthday comes up, and me being the silly extra girl did this whole surprise worth so much money. And a week later, I find out he's married with a toddler and a baby on the way. Smashed the shit out of him at his workplace by all my guy friends. He had it coming. I mean, you want me to say physical violence is not the answer, but this type of behavior is also not the answer. So like when you're doing things like that, you deserve the beating then.
I mean,
I'm gonna say it.
listen, hands are going to be used when hands need to be used.
Hands, feet, nails, shoes, belans, whatever works, guys.
Ball kanchne, kaan kanchne. Yo, people are crazy, man.
And a baby on the way, girl.
What?
Oh my God.
You guys, there have been a lot of like this cheating stuff when you guys message us in this
And
question.
the fact that they have kids, girl.
Oh my God, I can't even.
But my thing with it is like, what gives them the thought that they will be able to get away with it? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know,
Like,
because
what-
they just think that it's so easy. Now it's like fake account this. You know, you can easily
Yeah,
live
but
a
also,
double life.
You can do that online, but when you have to meet in real life, because everybody wants to meet in real life.
Yeah. I mean, Bobby didn't.
Bobby did it, but like she was a one-off scenario. Okay, that's why there's a Netflix documentary. But my thought with it is that you can't keep up that lie forever.
No,
it's
you
not
can't.
possible.
Well, that's the thing. फिर क्या होता है ऑफिस में जो पढ़ाई पढ़ती है ना,
Straight
then
up.
take it. Take
then you
it.
deserve it. Straight up, you deserve it.
I told him I wanted a break, and he went and married his cousin.
You should have said I wanted break fast. Dad jokes. Sorry.
Such a dad joke.
You know what? If he did that, he did that. You deserve better. Straight up.
They lived maybe happily ever after
I don't know if they did though.
in a joint family system. Did you really want that?
No, I just feel like if he has that type of behavior, guys, as much as it hurts, right? This is always my thought. The hurt is what helps you grow. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It sucks so bad. You don't feel like you're ever going to find happiness again. You're in the trenches. You're crying every day. You're thinking about him. Sad song be playing all the time. Bollywood this, Bollywood that. I get it. Straight. I get it. But like the way you grow and glow up after, you have to learn to love yourself, guys. I sound like a cliche. One of those like
one of those like
podcasts.
home sense, you know,
like
frames that you add in your bathroom.
Those mugs, okay? Like, you know those mugs that have those quotes. I sound like that, but guys, truly, if Desi girls
For real.
learned that we are the prize, if we actually learned it, guys, we would never go for le funge. Like, I don't know what else to call them.
Honestly,
I don't know what other word would we use? La lupalu, like,
Lafange,
like what else?
Funter.
Like, I don't even know.
Is the word.
I just don't know what else you got saved. As much as it hurts, you got
I
saved.
think what hurts the most, the reality of the
betrayal.
situation, not the betrayal, yes, but also the fact that he got over the relationship so quickly and then jaake shaadi kar di. Like, it's one thing if you end up with a different girl or whatever and then you're dating somebody else for a bit. You went and committed to a marriage.
Yeah, but my thought with that is when you marry your cousin, you know the families be involved. Okay?
Yeah, for real.
And
They're like,
also-
"Humne tumhara intezar nahi karna."
Yeah. And also, you know this talk had been happening from time. So you may not know, but that man knew.
That man knew.
And at that point, I feel like for him, it was just like, oh, this is not going to work. So I'm just going to listen to my mom and dad and do this instead. And it's just like, at the end of the day, right? Okay, even though you're going through the heartbreak at the time, girl, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, he is going to be the one that has the regret long term because he got into something super quickly.
Yeah, I know.
And he didn't even give you the closure. And like sometimes you don't get the closure, guys.
Yeah,
you
you
don't
don't.
always get it. But you have to know that you are more than enough for someone amazing.
Preach.
Straight up.
The OG way to reject a rishta. Istikhara sahi nahi aaya.
Loud zordar taaliyan for that one.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, because sometimes the pressure is getting
What? The pressure is getting worse, huh?
okay, like it.
And your
The
parents are like,
pressure.
"Oh, we don't see anything wrong with it." And you're like,
Or
"Oh my
like your
God,
parents are like, humne istikhara kiya and it's fine. So for people that don't know what istikhara is, it's basically like when you have a
very-
big decision to
Yes.
make in your life,
Yes.
you pray, and there's like a prayer that you read as Muslims. You read a prayer and then you pray for it. And sometimes you'll like, it's like a feeling that you'll get
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, mujhe tasalli aa gayi, or like I'm comfortable with this and I feel at peace with this decision. Sometimes people will be like, oh, I had like a dream or
Mm-hmm. Yes.
something like that.
Or sometimes if you have like a mushkilat, like all of a sudden the path is clearer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like just like a feeling of like calm and peace with a certain decision, or a feeling of like unrest with it. So that's what they mean when they say that. Now, parents might come to you and be like, "Humne istikhara kiya and it was great." And you're there like, "Mom, please, I can't be with this guy.
Yeah.
Like, please,
Oh, maine nahi karna.
and you're talking to your sister and you're like, yo, please, like, help me. Give me anything. Give me some like ammo. Because you need a solid excuse. You can't
Yeah.
just be like, nay.
Not with our parents.
No.
Hey, not you.
If you were in your 30s, realistically, and I know the girls in the 30s will agree, okay? Even like late 20s, and your parents are like, rush now, okay? You need a solid reason. It can't just be like, I don't feel like it. It can't even be like, I'm not attracted to him. It has to be like, koi baat nahi, the attraction will build after. And in my mind, I'm like, nah, attraction will not build, okay? If it has not built when I see you, it ain't gonna build after, okay?
It's gotta be like, oh, he's actually married with a toddler on the way.
It has to be one of those, okay? It has to be he is not a good person and here is his social media.
He wanted me to buy an iPhone for him, and when I didn't, he got mad at me.
Things like that. Okay? But some parents would be like, "To kya baat hui? Main la deti hu usse."
Bro! Mom, that's not the point.
La do usse phone, la do koi baat
मतलब
nahi.
मुझे ला दे आप उसके लिए बड़ी जल्दी ला रही है. When I ask for an iPhone, nobody's getting it for me. I got a rishta when I was 17 from my mom's cousin, who I called Mamoo growing up my whole life.
Stop. Oh my god, gag. Gag. I can't.
She called him Mamoo. She was 17.
Uncle. Remove your gaze from this and put it somewhere else. Okay? Uncle G. Like, Mamoo, please. Okay? Like,
remain a Mamoo.
remain on, stay in your lane. This is disgusting. Pooja, what is this behavior? Oh my
Mamoo,
God.
what is this behavior? Oh, gross.
Why did your parents even bring you the rishta? Why did your parents even say, hey, by the way, there's a rishta for you? I swear to God, my mom would be like, absolutely not. I won't even tell my daughter about this.
I just feel like, okay, real talk. There are some families and some circumstances where the parents, their entire life is just to get the daughters married. It doesn't matter wo kiske saath hai. Hello, and I'm not talking about like even like gaon wale back home. I think that this mentality runs in so many families, no matter where you are across the globe. And if you can't change it, then no matter who it is, they just get girls married to anybody.
But this is, I think, what we talk about so often on this podcast, guys. This is not everyone. But guys, if we want things to change and be better, we cannot have this mentality.
No, we can't. And
Okay?
it's not like marriage is not the end game.
It is not the winning prize in the world.
Seriously.
Okay? It's not. I
Look at Squid Games. It should be marriage games. Rishta games.
That's literally what it feels like.
We should
Okay.
make a show. So shoot off all these mamoos who are out here looking at 17-year-olds.
This is like not okay.
This is not okay.
I also think that like
Bro.
parents need to value their daughters way more than even bringing up a rishta like this.
Honestly.
Why are you as parents not challenging? Why has this not been challenged? Because girl,
Disrupt and dismantle, y'all.
I got a daughter. No way in hell would I ever let that even enter my daughter's ear. Because it's shameful. It's shameful that you are putting your daughter in a place where you're basically telling her this is your standard. Like, raise your
broke my
daughter's
heart.
standards.
Oh my God, that
Raise
broke my
their
heart.
standard. Give them some self-esteem. Okay, allow them to be in safe environments where they feel like my parents are actually there to protect me. Don't do things like this.
Oh my God.
Like, their value is way more than getting them married. It's way more than that. Let's instill those values in our kids. It makes me really upset.
Yo, welcome to Hannah's TED Talk.
Yes,
Take
today
notes.
I'm here for all the TED-worthy talks, and that's what I'm here for.
A crazy auntie faked her birthday just to show me a guy. She faked her.
She could have just sent a text message.
She faked her birthday did a whole drama party sharty at my house.
She had no birthday that day.
She didn't have a birthday.
Someone brought her a cake. You
But
brought her a gift?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm the auntie. Okay.
I would cuss you off too.
I faked my birthday. I invited him. I said, "Hina beta, मेरी birthday है. मैं छोटी सी gathering रख रही हूँ. आ जाओ मेरे घर. Just so I can make you meet a guy." Auntie's doing the most.
But like if the guy was good looking. But like if he was a 10.
If he was a 10, would that drop his?
I would be like, Aunty, you're amazing.
Yeah, I know. I would. I'd be like, Auntie, आपकी real birthday कब है? मैं आपको real gift लेके
Aunty,
आऊँगी.
मैं तो आपको 2 gift दूंगी आज. Okay, 2
And
आपको
one
मिलेंगे.
of those gifts is gonna be you're invited to my wedding because I'm hearing that
Straight
man.
up.
I'm
Straight up.
begging him.
Straight up. You can do a speech at the wedding. You can do what you want to say.
You can be my entrust.
No, real talk, that is so above and beyond.
Yeah, some aunties are just unhinged, man.
Okay, but why do some aunties Hi. Why do some aunties think that they are like they label themselves as the rishta auntie? They are like मैं
I am gonna shoulder this responsibility.
You're like, who are you?
Who is you?
Like, who is you? Okay, no one asked you for this service. No one's paying you for this service, but you have this necessity to do this for me.
You have your own kids.
And then also, when you reject the auntie, then she catches such feelings.
Oh my god.
And then it's like, मैंने इतना अच्छा रिश्ता भेजा था, उसने तो consider ही नहीं किया. ये इतने नखरे करती हैं आजकल की लड़कियां. And you're sitting there like, Auntie, no one even asked you to look for me.
No one asked.
No one asked you to.
But if he's a 10.
But if he's a 10.
He wanted me to live in a joint family system and pay half the bills.
No. There's one response and the response is no.
No, thank you.
I just feel like if that's your first like, hey, conversation about finances and it's like you need to pay half the bills, like for me, it's like, can you please also consider that you also want me to be the mother of your children? So are you going to pay me for those services that I'm doing? Because I would love to get paid for that because I ain't getting paid nothing for that.
Listen, my money is my money. And your money is my money.
Too. So let's just say for what it is.
He made his mom call off the wedding a month before. He couldn't do it himself. There was way too much of this.
Of course not.
माँ को क्यों involve कर रहे हो? खुद कहो ना.
Yeah. You started the relationship. You wanted me to buy you those cell phones. Now you should have the courage to be like, sorry, I don't want to do this.
Exactly.
This is what bothers me as well, where it's like men have the courage to do the most audacious things. Don't get me wrong. Women do too at times. Okay. Women do too. Let's not just pick sides. But in this scenario, like, it would show more to me if you had the bravery to actually give me some closure and say, I'm not interested.
And also, like, why are you getting your mommy to fight your battles?
Straight up. And what does that tell me about you? You don't know how to handle problems. You need your mom to handle the problems.
He's one of these.
Oh, he's shruggy Shazad.
Shruggy Shazad.
He's a shruggy shrugger. Okay? We don't like the shrug.
We ain't about that.
Yeah.
What if my response to everything was a...
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe I should do that. My mother-in-law says to me, make khana.
आज grocery की है. बच्चे कौन ले रहा है आज?
बच्चे पैदा करने हैं.
चाय बनानी है.
मेरे बेटे के लिए खाना बनाया.
ओ, मेरी बेटी तुम्हारी ज्वेलरी बोरो कर सकती है?
आप मुझसे प्यार करती हो? मुझे आप अम्मी कहोगी?
बर्तन धोए हैं? लेट उठी थी आज. ईद हमारे साथ गुजारनी है.
जो मैंने कपड़े दिए हैं वो तुम पहन सकती हो. Oh my god. Okay,
on that note, y'all.
On that note, guys, this was the episode for today. We had good laughs. We had some good laughs. Okay. Thank you so much for sending in your stories and your dilemmas. We truly appreciate it very much. For all you guys going through a hard time, we are with you. We support you. We hope and wish for you guys to have every happiness in the world. Make sure you guys are following us on all of our social media channels. As you already know, on Patreon, we release an extra episode every Monday at 7 a.m. So make sure you're on there as well. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye. Okay, Mom.